弟兄姐妹，大家平安。
Peace to all the brothers and sisters.
感谢神的恩典，今天是安息生日，我们可以一起聚集来这里敬拜神，领受神的话语。
Thank God for His grace that today is Holy Sabbath Day. We can gather here to accept God's instructions and listen to His teachings.
愿主耶稣基督照他的应许，大大的祝福我们。
May the Lord Jesus, according to His promise, bless us greatly.
现在小弟奉主耶稣圣名，一起来查考殿的法则要给谦卑的人。
And this morning, in the name of Jesus Christ, I will speak regarding the lot of the temple for the humble.
我们在读以西结书，读到40章以后，我们看到一个属灵的圣殿。
As we're reading Ezekiel, when we reach chapter 40, we start to see the vision for the temple.
这个圣殿的规模是在异象当中，神指示先知。
And the structure, the vision of the temple is given to the prophet in his vision.
然后特别吩咐先知要注意看，要注意听，要把所有的事情放在心上。
He especially instructed the prophet to look at it carefully, listen to it carefully, and put all the instruction in his heart.
以西结书他所讲的最后这个末后的圣殿，预表着属灵的真教会。
In the Ezekiel, the temple for the latter day symbolizes or prefigures a true church.
因为以西结先知他被神的灵从巴比伦地提回到耶路撒冷去。
The spirit for Ezekiel was lifted by God from Babylon back to Jerusalem.
所以他第40章的地方特别提到，神的灵把他带回到以色列至高的山上。
And in chapter 40, it mentioned that God lifted His spirit up to the mountaintop in Jerusalem.
他在那里看到一座城。
And it's there that he saw a city.
那一座城是已经在那里的。
And the city was already there.
在门口有一个人带着他。
There's a person at the gate leading him.
他说他的颜色像铜他拿个量，拿着麻绳，就是要量的工具跟度量的杆在手上。
And he said that man appears like a bronze, and he had a line of flax and measuring rod.
然后他就带着他进到这个殿里面去，一一的把所有的结构尺寸大小都量给他看。
This man took him into the temple and measured and showed him all the measurements for the temple.
那表示说，这个殿，就是当他到的时候已经在那里了。
And this means that this temple already existed when he was there.
那这个城其实就是从天上来的耶路撒冷。
And this city is the heavenly Jerusalem.
是神已经建好的。
And this is a city that's already established by
那
God.
现在借着先知要把它指示给所有的选民看。
Now through the prophet, God will show the city to all the chosen people.
那因为这个圣殿很特别。
Because this temple was very special.
那它其实在历史上也没有真的出现过。
And in the history, this temple did not really exist.
就是在物质上的殿没有被建过。
And that is materially, this temple was never built.
但是这个殿将在神的教会里面出现的。
But this temple will appear in the temple of God.
我们现在先翻开启示录第21章。
Let's turn to Revelation chapter 21.
启示录21章。
Revelation 21.
第10节。
Verse 10.
21章第10节说：“我被圣灵感动，天使就带我到一座高大的山，将那由神那里从天而降的圣城耶路撒冷指示我。”
Verse 10, And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God.
第11节特别说
Verse 11.
城中有神的荣耀。
Verse 11, having the glory of God.
那这个也是在灵里面天使把约翰带到一座高大的山。
And that in the spirit, the angel lifted the spirit of John up to a mountaintop.
在那个山上，他看到了从神那里由天而降的新耶路撒冷。
And it was on the mountaintop he saw the holy Jerusalem ascending from the heaven.
在这里有神的荣耀。
And it was there that there was the glory of God.
那这个城呢，我们现在看第21节。
Let's turn to verse 21.
21章第2节，第21章第2节。
Revelation 21, verse 21.
我看见圣城 新耶路撒冷由神那里从天而降，预备好了，就如新妇装饰整齐，等候丈夫。21章第2节。
Verse 2. Verse 2, Then I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned by her husband.
你看他这里这个从神那里由从天而降的这一个新耶路撒冷，这里就说她是一个新妇。
And here the New Jerusalem coming down from the heaven of God was like a bride.
那这个新妇是准备要被迎娶的。
And this bride was ready to be wed.
那从这圣经看来呢，我们就看到这个新的耶路撒冷从神那里而来的不是物质的东西的。
From here we can see that this New Jerusalem, the one that came from the heaven, from God, was not referring to a materialistic church.
她是基督的新妇。
She is the bride of Christ.
她就是要装饰整齐的神的教会。
And that is the church that adorns itself for God.
那这个新耶路撒冷，它是充满神的荣耀的。
This new city, New Jerusalem, is filled with the glory of God.
所以启示录21章所讲的这个从神来的耶路撒冷，其实也就是神的帐幕在人间。
And this New Jerusalem that came from God is the tent of God in this world.
我们现在请看第3节，21章第3节。
Let's turn to chapter 21, verse 3.
我听见有大声音从宝座出来说：“看哪，神的帐幕在人间，他要与人同住，他们要做他的子民，神要亲自与他们同在，做他们的神。”
Verse 3, And I heard a loud voice from the heavens saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they will be his people. God himself will be with them and be their God.
这个从神那边降下来的新耶路撒冷城，
The New Jerusalem that came from heaven.
就是神的帐幕在人间，
That
与
is
人同在。
the tabernacle of God here on earth with people.
他说，这里面的人要做他的子民，他要做他们的神。
And here it says that they will be his people and he will be their God.
那从这里我们就看到这个属灵的圣殿，真的就代表着教会。
From here we can see that the spiritual temple refers to the church.
所以以西结书40章开始到48章，在讲的这个圣殿，其实就在讲教会。
So in Ezekiel chapter 40 to 48, the temple mentioned in these few chapters is actually referring to the true church.
它所有的结构其实都在讲属灵的东西。
And that all the structures and the ingredients are all referring to the spiritual things.
第40章看回来，以西结书40章的第4节。
Let's turn back to Ezekiel chapter 40, verse 4.
这个要做向导的，特别跟先知这样说。
And that the leader especially told the prophet.
他说：“人子啊，凡我所指示你的，你都要用眼看，用耳听，并要放在心上。我带你到这里来，特为要指示你，凡你所见的，你都要告诉以色列家。”
Verse 4, And the man said to me, Son of man, look with your eyes and hear with your ears, and fix your mind on everything I show you, for you were brought here so that I might show them to you, declare to the house of Israel everything you see.
那表示现在这个圣殿里面的这一些样式结构，它里面所有的东西都对我们来说都很重要的。
Which means that all the measurements, all the teachings in this temple is very important to us.
神特别指示先知，为了要他告诉以色列家，就是神的选民。
God especially showed it to the prophet so that he can teach to the people of Israel, which are the chosen people.
那他的这个指示谁要听呢？
So who should listen to these teachings?
这个指示要给谦卑的人。
So these instructions, these teachings are for the humble.
那这个结构后来先知他都一一看到了每一个这个地区这个区域里面的每一个建筑物，他都量过，他都看过。
And the prophet has seen and measured and saw all the details of each part of the structure being measured.
所以从以西结书40章到42章，
From Ezekiel chapter 40 to 42,
他就一一的介绍他所看到的东西。
he started to describe and introduce everything that he's seen one by one.
这个圣殿的区域里面是 非常丰富的。
In this area of temple, it's filled with many details.
这个整个区域有多大呢？
And how big is this area?
我们现在看第42章。
Let's turn to chapter 42.
42章从15节开始。
Starting from verse 15.
他说，他量完了内殿，就带我出朝东的门，开始量院的四围。
Verse 15, Then he had finished measuring the inner temple. He brought me out through the gateway and faced towards the east and measuring all its around.
好，那他现在开始量这个整个圣殿的机器。他说东边有500轴。
And he started to measure. On the east side, there is 500 rods.
然后北边、南边到西边通通就是4个方向都量一量。
And he also measured all the rest of the directions, the north, the south, and the west.
到第20节说，他量四面，四围有墙，长500轴，宽500轴，为要分别圣地与属地。
And he measured on the 4 sides, and it had wall all around, 500 cubit long and 500 wide, to separate the holy areas from the common.
好，那所以呢，这个地方我们中文用500轴，英文是用500杆啊。
And here it says it's 500 rods.
哦，那500杆呢，这个大小就跟500轴不一样，因为一杆那个量度的杆有6轴。
The 500 rod, one rod is different from 1 cubit, because 1 rod is equal to 6 cubit.
啊，那现在因为这个是从不一样的抄本，它得到了不一样的字眼，这个不同的这样的讲法。
Because this is translated from different version of the Bible, so the description is slightly different.
那以中文来看，它是500轴，就是说整个圣殿的区域就是500轴。
From the passage, we see that it's 500 cubit for the whole area.
也就是说，把从40章开始到第4章里面，他所描述的整个圣殿的地区，所有的距离把它加起来，4面每一面都是刚好500轴。
And that means that all the detail described from chapter 40, if you add all the measurements together, then it's 500 rods per side.
500 cubit，
500 cubit per side.
那所以这个里面就是讲这个被墙围起来这个区域叫做圣的区，圣地。
So the area that's surrounded by the wall is considered the holy areas.
那如果是用英文的500杆的话，那就是在这个500轴的4方东的那个区域之外，还有另外一个大的区域。
And from the English translation, in addition to the 500 cubit in this area, there's also additional area outside of it.
但是不管怎么样，这个区域就是被神量出来的。
Regardless of the translation, this area was measured out by God.
那就是视为有墙，把它分隔圣地跟属地。
And this area is surrounded by walls separating the holy area from the common.
当这个所有的结构都量完之后。
When all the detailed, the structures are all measured.
43章的第1节说
Verse 43, chapter 43, verse 1.
他就带我到一座门，就是朝东的门，就是外院的门。
Afterwards, he brought me to the gate. The gate faces towards the east.
外院的东门。
That is the east gate on the outer court.
他说第2节，以色列神的荣光就从东而来了。
And behold, the glory of God of Israel came from way of the west,
他
of
在
the
那里
east.
他在那边的时候，他说他的声音如同大多水的声音。地就因他的荣耀发光了。
His voice was like the sound of many waters, and the earth shone with his glory.
就好像这个做向导的把他带到那里去等候，他们看在这个朝东的门在那里，他就看到神的荣耀出现。
The guide took him to the east gate, and when he was there, he saw everything that happened.
那这个神的荣耀从东边来。
This glory of God came from the east.
我们现在请看以西结书第11章。
Let's turn back to Ezekiel chapter 11.
以西结书第11章。
Ezekiel chapter 11.
请看第23节。
Let's read verse 23.
23节说，神的荣耀从城中上升，停在城东的那座山上。
Verse 23, And the glory of the Lord went up from the midst of the city and stood on the mountain, which is on the east side of the city.
这个地方其实从第8章到第11章都在讲当时候神的荣耀是怎么样一步一步的离开圣殿的。
From Ezekiel chapter 8 to chapter 11 is describing in detail how the glory of God had left the temple step by step.
因为当时候的圣殿充满很多污秽可憎的事。
Because there are many detestable things and evil things that took place in the temple at the time.
那时候这个 所有的人这里面的作为都已经离开神的标准。
And at the time, everything that the people practiced had already left the standard of God.
所以神很失望的一步一步的离开，后来停在从城中上升，停到城东边的山上去了。
So with great disappointment, the glory of God had left them slowly, and at last it stayed on the mountain east side of the city.
8章到11章也是一个异象。
Chapter 8 to chapter 11 was also a vision.
这个异象是神把以西结先知从被掳之地把他带回到耶路撒冷去看到的。
And this vision was shown to Ezekiel when God lifted his spirit from Babylon to Jerusalem.
在这个异象最后，他看到了就是神的荣耀停在城的东边。
The last part of the vision, he saw that the glory of God was stayed at the east side of the city.
这说明当时候神的殿虽然物质的东西还在，但是神的荣耀已经离开了。
What this tells us that even though the structure of the temple existed, but the glory of God had already left the temple.
圣殿之所以特别，是因为有神的荣耀在。
What makes a temple special is because it has the glory of God.
而不是这里面的建筑物的材料，或者是它里面是用木头的，还是用金子不同的材料，而有什么不同？
But rather, it's not because of the material or gold or bronze that made up the temple.
我们会发现，在以西结书40章开始的那个圣殿，都没有看到金子，都是用木头，要盖木板，看起来很简单呢。
And you can see that in chapter 40, the structure of the temple was made very simply, is with wood, with plywood.
但是之前的那个圣殿是金碧辉煌的，里面都是贴金子的。
But the old temple, described earlier in the chapter, were made with gold and bronze.
但是最后神的荣耀是离开，停在城东的山上了。
But yet God's Spirit had left the temple and parked on the east side of the city.
当神的荣耀没有在殿里的时候，这个殿就是一般的建筑物而已。
When God's glory is not with the temple, this temple is merely a worldly structure.
所以这个建筑物后来就被毁了。
So this building eventually was destroyed.
所以其实当时候神已经离开百姓，但是百姓他们还不知道。
At the time, God already left the people, but yet the people were unaware.
我们说神离开是神的荣耀离开了，他们到殿里面去献祭、去守节期，其实只是他们的一个习惯而已。
God's glory already left them, so when they went into the temple to offer sacrifices, it's merely because of the tradition.
他们当时候到圣殿去没有办法真的拜到神的。
When they went into the temple in the past, they could not worship God.
那可是百姓他们还是一样，照常在进行啊，所有的动作都一样啊。
But the ceremonies, all the routines were still carried out as usual.
那最后结果就是他们的敬拜一点也没有效果，最后就是被毁了。
So the result is that they were worshiping in futile effort. At the end, they were still destroyed.
在这个异象的最后，就你看他看到神的荣耀停住以后，第24节就说，灵就把我举起，在异象中，又把他带回到加勒底之地。
At the end of his vision, after he saw the glory left of the city, then God's Spirit then brought him back to Chaldea.
第25节，
Verse 25.
这个先知从异象被带回到被掳之地以后，他说，他就将神所指示的一切事情都述说给被掳的人听了。
After the prophet was brought back to Chaldea, then he spoke those in captivity all the things the Lord had shown him.
所以当时候，你看这个异象后来就讲给被掳的百姓知道，就是在耶路撒冷城圣殿那里发生什么事情。
After he saw what happened, he told the people in captives things that have taken place in Jerusalem.
但是这个当时候败坏的情景没办法改变了，情况已经没办法反转了。
But it was too late to do anything.
所以神的荣耀就一直停在这个城东，已经不是在圣殿里面了。
So the glory of God stayed in the east side of the city. It was not in the
我
temple.
们知道以西结书到24章的时候，耶路撒冷城就被围困了。
We know that in chapter 24 of Ezekiel, the Jerusalem was being captured.
到第33章的时候，这个整个国度就被毁，圣殿被烧了。
And in chapter 33, the whole nation was destroyed and the temple was destroyed.
所以这个物质的殿就没有了。
And so this material temple was destroyed.
到了33章开始，我们就看到先知就预言神的国度要再重新复兴的一个过程。
And start from chapter 33, the prophet once again prophesying about reviving the temple.
所以神他有一个计划。
So God had a plan.
他那个计划就是这个物质的过去之后，他要建立一个属灵的。
The plan was that after the material temple was destroyed, he now will build a spiritual temple.
这个物质的这个国度 已经真的离开神的法则了。
Because the material temple kingdom had already deviated from the laws of
神
God.
现在要建立一个属灵的，
So now God will build a spiritual
这
temple.
个属灵的是真的荣耀的，
And the spiritual one is a glorious
这里
one.
面的人真的都是蒙福的，
And the people in this kingdom will be blessed.
他们是跟神立约的，
And they're the people that have a covenant with
神的
God.
能力要在他们身上的，
And God's power will be with them.
所以他们要成为一个新人，
So they want to be a new
那
person.
领受神的新的灵，
And they want to accept God's new
有一
spirit.
个新的心，
They want to have a new heart.
然后神要把他们装饰成一个极大的军队，
And then God will assemble them so that they can be a great army of
这个
God.
军队要在一个新的王的领导底下。
And this new army will be under the leadership of a new
神
king.
他说我要跟他们这个新的选民立约，
And God says that he will establish covenant with his new people.
这个约一立下去说，我就与他们同在，永远同在，
And the covenant is that God will abide with them, be with them
我
always.
就要住在他们当中，直到永远。
God will live among them forever.
这个就是第37章最后26节到28节神所强调的信息。
And this is a message emphasized in chapter 37.
他一直强调神说我的居所就在百姓当中。
God emphasized that his dwelling is among the people.
那这个也在说明神的圣殿其实已经变成属灵的，是在百姓当中的，
And what this tells us that the temple of God is already a spiritual one and that lives among the
而
people.
不是真的要建一个物质上的这样一个规模的物质的建筑物。
And so it was not for them, the goal was not for them to build another physical temple.
现在43章他说先知看到神的荣耀从东边来，
And in chapter 43, now the prophet saw the glory of God coming from the east.
他在看的时候，他要听到那个声音是多水的声音。
When he saw the vision, he also heard sound of many waters.
那因为这个荣耀，所以地就发光了。
And because of the glory, even the earth was shone in his glory.
这个多水的声音其实就是天上的声音。
The sound of many water is a sound of heaven.
这个在启示录我们就看到了，
We also see this in the book of
这个人
Revelation.
子，这个羔羊，他讲话就是多水的声音。
The Son of God, the Lamb, when he spoke, it sounds like many waters.
天上的圣徒他们祷告的时候，就是多水的声音。
All the saints in heaven, when they pray, they sound like many waters.
他就在那边看到了这个声音来了，这个荣耀出现了。
So the prophet here heard the sound of many waters and he saw the glory.
他说这个意象，这个荣耀是当初他在加巴鲁河边所看到的，就是第8章到第11章他看到的这个形象一样的。
And he saw this vision by the river of Chebar, and that's the same vision he saw in chapter 8 to 11.
看到这个荣耀的时候，他就伏在地。
When he saw this glory, he fell on his face.
这就是我们今天人当见到神的荣耀的时候，我们很自然的反应，我们的表现就是这样。
This is a natural reaction that as a man, when we see the glory of God,
在神的荣耀之下，我们就看到人的污秽，
under the glory of God, we can see our filthiness.
我们会很自然的会敬拜这一个荣耀的神，
So naturally, we will come to worship this awesome God.
因为发光，很自然他一定趴下来的。
Because he is shone with glory, so naturally we'll prostrate before him.
他说43章第4节，神的荣光从朝东的门就直接照入殿中。
Verse 4, the glory of the Lord came into the temple by the way of the gate which faces towards the east.
所以神的荣耀，他说从外院东门直进到殿里面去了。
And the glory of God came from the east gate and went straight into the temple.
那所以最后神的荣耀停在他的殿里面。
At the end, the glory of God parked in his
我
temple.
们知道圣殿的结构，坐在外面有一个门东边、北边、南边各有3个门。
We know that the structure of the temple is that in the north, east, and west, each has a gate.
这个外面的门进来之后叫做外院，还有一个院子，100肘的宽度。
After you enter into the gate, there is a outer court is about 100
我们
cubit.
我们说100肘大概就是50公尺左右了。
So 100 cubit is about 50 feet.
那这个外院之后又有一个内院，又有一个里面的门。
After the outer court, there's also an inner court.
那这个里面的门进来就是内院，
After you enter into the inner gate, then you go into the inner court.
在内院里面还有圣殿。
Then in the inner court, there is the temple.
那圣殿里面就是圣所、至圣所。
In the temple, there is Holy of Holies.
那从外院的东门跟内院的东门到圣殿，这个整个门都是通的，可以直接通进去的。
And the outer gate connects to the inner gate, which connects into the gate into the
因
temple.
为它是四方形的，
Because it is in a square shape.
所以它那个位置大小都一样。
And so it has the same distance, same
所以
measurement.
如果站在东边的门 从门口就可以一眼望进去到至圣所。
So standing on the east outer gate, you can see into the temple,
如果把门都打开了
provided that if you open all the gates,
就可以直接通到至圣所里面去。
then you can walk straight into the Holy of Holies.
所以现在朝东的门，他说荣耀从东边进来以后，就直接进入到圣殿去了。
Here it says that the glory came from the east gate and go into the temple.
第5节，
Verse 5.
神他说灵将我举起，就带我到内院去。
The Spirit lifted me up and brought me into the inner
因为
court.
当时候先知是匍在地上，
Because at the time, this prophet had fell on his face.
神的灵把他提起来放到内院，
So God's Spirit lifted him up and put him in the
就
inner
是在
court.
殿的前面。
And that is the area right in front of the temple.
在那里，他说神的荣光充满了殿。
And it was there the glory of the God of Lord filled the temple.
这个整个殿都是按照神的尺寸完成量好之后，都很清楚了。现在神的荣耀重新回来。
And this temple was measured by the standard of God, and because of that, God's glory returned.
在这个荣耀的发光的殿里，现在出了一个声音。
In this glorious temple, it came a voice.
第6节，
Verse
我
6.
听见有一位从殿中对我说话。
Then I heard him speaking to me from the temple.
所以先知他在内院，在圣殿前面。
So the prophet was in the inner court.
那现在有一个人站在我旁边，
And there's another person standing next to him.
这个人应该就是当初带他去量殿里面的所有的尺寸这个人。
So this man should be the same man that took him to measure all the areas of the
现
temple.
在声音从圣殿里面出来了。
And now there's a voice that came from the inside of the temple.
第7节，
Verse 7.
他对我说，这个他是指的从圣殿出来的声音。
And he said to me, this he refers to the voice that came out of the temple.
那这里面这什么意思？为什么会这样子？
Why did this happen?
其实我们看到属灵的角度里面，这个从殿里面出来的就是神本身了。
From the spiritual perspective, the voice that came out of the temple should be God
那
himself.
这个站在先知旁边的就是人子耶稣基督，就是受膏者。
The person that stood next to him should be the Son of Man, which is the anointed one.
就是后来的我们的主耶稣基督了。
And that is our Lord Jesus
在
Christ.
以西结那个时代就已经出现过，他预表出现过的。
And even in the time of Ezekiel, Jesus Christ already appeared prefigurally.
其实也说明说，今天我们对神的一些事情、圣殿的一些的规模，如果没有主耶稣指示我们人是不会知道的。
In other words, unless Lord Jesus tells us and teaches us about the measurements and about the detail, the spiritual teachings in the temple, we would not ever understand it.
好，所以现在圣殿的声音的指示现在很清楚。
And now this voice came clearly from the
他
temple.
对我说
He said to me,
人子啊，这是我宝座之地，
Son of man, this is the place of my throne.
这是他第一个指示，他听到的第一件事情。
And this is the first instruction he heard,
这是我的宝座，
that this is the place of
就
my
是说
throne.
现在神在圣殿里，
And that means that God himself is in the temple.
宝座表示他在那里掌权，
He's in his throne, that means that he is in charge.
这个地方是他的领域的，
And that this is his territory.
他是当王的。
He is a king.
第二个，
The second part.
这是我脚掌所踏之地，
This is the place of the sole for my feet.
也就是说，这个地方就是神临在的地方。
And that means that this is a place that has a presence of God.
当神临在的地方，这个地方叫圣地。
When a place has the abidance in the presence of God, this is a holy
是
place.
当初摩西他在旷野要走进到这个烧着的荆棘的时候，声音就跟他讲的话。
And this is the same thing that was spoken to Moses when he was walking towards the burning bushes.
神从烧着的荆棘里面跟他说：“摩西，你把你的鞋子脱下来，因为你所站的地方是圣地。”
And from the burning bushes, God told Moses to take off his shoes because where he's standing is the holy ground.
因为神临在那里，
Because God's Spirit was there.
所以凡神临在的地方就是圣地。
So wherever there is a Spirit of God, that place is a holy place.
这里圣殿里面的声音特别说：“这是我脚掌所踏之地。
So the voice came from the temple said that this is a place of my soul, of my ” feet.
那既然是神临在，所以这个地方就是圣的。
If this place has the presence of God, then this is a holy place.
那这个地方跟别的地方不一样。
Then this place is different from other
第
places.
三个，
The third part.
我要在这里住，在以色列中直到永远。
I will dwell in the midst of the children of Israel forever.
这个地方成为神的家，神说：“我住在这里，
So this becomes the home of God. This is God's dwelling
我
place.
永远住在这里，
That he will dwell there forever.
我要住在以色列当中。”
that he will dwell midst of the children of Israel.
那这个神的宣告说，我住在这里了。
And this is God's declaration that he lives there.
所以这里神的殿就成为神的家。
And so the temple of God now becomes a dwelling place of God.
神的家，他说直到永远，他就不再离开了。
And this is the home of God, and he will never leave this place.
再跳过去，先跳过去看第9节。
Let's skip to verse 9.
现在他们当从我面前远除邪淫和他们君王的尸首，我就住在他们当中，直到永远。
Verse 9, Now let them put their harlotry and the carcasses of the kings far away from me, and I will dwell in their midst forever.
这是神的指示，接下来的指示，要把这些邪淫，就是污秽的事情，跟这些死人的骨头，通通把它搬走，我就要住在这里。
That this is the instruction of God, that as long as they remove all the harlotry, all the filthiness, and the carcasses of the kings, God will dwell with them forever.
所以神的指示就是要洁净这个地方。
God's instruction for them is for them to cleanse that place.
不可以有任何是邪淫，就是任何污秽的、任何偶像的、任何死的东西在这里。
That there must not have any things that is filthy, that has the carcasses of the kings or the idols.
因为过去在物质的圣殿里，这个就是当时候百姓他们所做的事。
Because in the past, in the material temple that was destroyed, this is exactly what people have done.
在圣殿里面很多拜偶像的东西。
And that in the temple of God, there's many idols.
那个君王带领百姓去行污秽的事，惹神发怒。
And that the kings will lead his people to practice filthy things and provoke the anger of God.
第7节后半段跟第8节特别强调，当时候的君王带领的人，他们怎么样去得罪神的。
In verse 7 and verse 8 describe that how the king had led his people to provoke the anger of God.
他说，特别说王宫跟圣殿是一墙之隔而已。
And that the temple and the palaces is only separated by a wall.
也就是说，本来这个好像王宫跟圣殿是邻居，所以王跟神是邻居啊。
It means that the temple and the palace of God were like neighbors, and so that means that the king was like a neighbor to God.
但是这个王呢，去带领百姓去行邪淫，然后去拜偶像，惹神发怒。
But yet the king lead the people to practice harlotry to provoke the anger of God.
让他的这个住的地方充满很多可憎的事。
And so that his dwelling place is filled with the many detestable
那
things.
这个就是在第8章到第11章的以西结书里面所看到那个意象里面讲的这污秽的事啊。
And these are the detestable things described in Ezekiel chapter 8 to 11.
然后这些君王，这些带领百姓去犯罪的这些王，他们最后都被埋葬大卫的城里了。
And yet the kings that led the people to provoke the anger of God, they were buried in David's tomb.
你就知道说这个神的殿，他说怎么在这里埋葬死人的骨头，那怎么可以呢？
So how can the temple of God be buried with the carcasses?
所以现在神要求要把这些除掉。
So God now asked them to remove all the carcasses of the
这
kings.
是当时候神特别的指示。
This is a special instruction given by God.
所以这是我的宝座之地，
And this is my throne.
这是我脚掌所踏之地，
This is the sole of my feet.
这是我的家，
This is my dwelling.
这是要保持圣洁的。
And this place must be kept
这
holy.
是当时候先知听到圣殿出来神的话语。
And this is what the prophet heard, the voice that came from the temple.
神的荣耀从东边进来以后，
So after the glory of God came from the east gate.
他说他就住在这里了。
So he said he dwelled there.
这是为什么？第44章。
In chapter 44,
44章我们看第1节。
verse 1.
44章第1节，他又带我回到圣地朝东的外门，他说那门关闭了。
And then he brought me back to the outer gate of the sanctuary, which faces towards the east, but it was shut.
第2节，神对我说：“这门必须关闭，不可以敞开了，谁也不可以由其中进入，因为主以色列的神已经由其中进入，所以必须关闭。”
Verse 2, And the Lord said to me, This gate shall be shut, it shall not be opened, no man shall enter by it, because the Lord God of Israel has entered by it, therefore it shall be shut.
就是外院的这个东边外院的这个东门，好像特别就是只有神能走而已。
And that means that the east gate on the outside of the outer court, is only God that can walk through the gate.
这个门特别的是要等待神的荣耀进来而已。
And this gate was especially reserved for the glory of
当
God.
神的荣耀一进来以后，进到那个殿里面，
After the glory of God entered into the gate, into
这
the
个
temple,
门就关起来。
the gate was shut.
什么意思？
What does that mean?
神就不再出去了，
That means God will never leave there.
神就住在这里永远。
That means God will dwell there forever.
这就是他的家。他说我就住在这里，在百姓当中。
This is God's dwelling place. God says that he will live amongst the people.
所以属灵的教会，当神的荣耀出现以后，神就不再离开了。
So the spiritual church of God, once God's glory is present, God will never leave that
我们
place.
看到神的旨意就是，当他建立了属灵真教会，他就不再离开。
God's will is that once he established a spiritual true church, he never planned to leave us.
这个其实就是最后的圣殿，
And this is the latter true church.
就是当主耶稣再来以前，就是唯一的一个教会了。
And this is the only church before the coming of Lord Jesus.
从东边来，
And that comes from the
其
east.
实在这个东边这个字眼有很多意思的。
The word east has many meanings.
但是不管怎么样，我们今天看到的是这个属灵的圣殿已经被建立了。
No matter what we see here today is that the spiritual church has already been established.
那这个就是神的旨意啊，
So this is the will of God.
这个殿从天上下来的，
And that this temple ascends from the
这
heaven.
个殿是属灵的，
So this temple is a
这
spiritual
个
temple.
殿就是弟兄姐妹组成了这个团体，
And this temple is the assembly of all the brothers and
这个
sisters.
殿是神的家，
And this temple is a dwelling place for
这个就是
God.
基督的身体。
This is the body of Christ.
所以这个跟新约时代的教会是一样的。
And so this is the same as a church in the New Testament.
那我们现在看回来第43章的第10节，
Let's turn back to chapter 43, verse 10.
接下来神有一个很特别的指示。
Then God also had a very special instruction for them.
人子啊，你要将这个殿指示以色列家，使他们因为自己的罪孽惭愧，也要他们量殿的尺寸。
Verse 10, Son of man, describe the temple to the house of Israel, that they may be ashamed of their iniquities, and let them measure the pattern.
第11节，
Verse 11,
他们若因自己所行的一切事惭愧，你就将殿的规模、样式、出入之处和一切的形状、典章、礼仪、法则指示他们，在他们面前写上，使他们遵照殿的一切规模、典章去做。
Verse 11, And if they're ashamed of all that they have done, make known to them the design of the temple and its arrangements, its exits and its entrances, its entire design and its ordinances, all its form and all its laws. Write it down in their sight, so that they may keep its whole design and all its ordinances in perfect form.
这
Perfect
里
them.
第10节特别说，人子啊，你要把这个殿指示给以色列家。
Here it tells us that it was instructed to the prophet to show all the designs of the temple to the house of Israel.
这个殿指示给这些选民，目的就是要让他们可以看到这个殿，然后会因自己的罪惭愧。
The purpose of showing the design of the temple to the Israelites so that they can see the design and be ashamed of their iniquities.
然后之后呢，也要他们自己量一下殿的尺寸，他们自己去量量看。
And then they can measure the patterns in the temple themselves.
但是很显然的，有些人看到这个殿的指示的时候，不会惭愧的。
And unfortunately, some people, even after seeing the design of the temple, they were not ashamed.
所以一开头只是这个殿的一个规模，就是大概看一下这样子。
And in the beginning, it's just for them to take a look at the design of the temple.
所以一开头，你看第10节，他只是说把这个殿指示他们哦，把这个规模指示给他们。
In verse 10, it says to describe the temple to the house of Israel.
好，那第11节说，如果看到这个神的指示，他说会惭愧的接下来再把这些细节每一个方面的应该要求再告诉他们清楚一点。
And if after they see the design of the temple, they were ashamed, then go ahead and tell them all the details and arrangements.
在这里第10节特别强调这个道理是什么呢？
And what is the teaching emphasized here in verse 10?
那这个殿代表着神的教会啊，
This temple refers to the church of
这
God.
个殿里面是有规矩的，
There are rules in the temple.
这个殿其实是很丰富的，
And this temple is actually very
它
abundant.
每一个建筑都非常的合理的。
And that every design makes sense.
也就是说，它其实每一个 每一个建筑都非常有功能的。
And that means that every part of this temple has its
神
functions.
整个计划很完美，就把它放在那边给众人看了。
And God has placed his masterwork there to be shown to everyone.
这个是等于是一个神的教会一样。
And that is just like a church of God.
今天你看，我们一般的人如果来到神的教会，
Today, for an ordinary person to come to the church of God,
他如果来看到教会
if he comes and sees the church,
啊，然后来听到道理，
and he has listened to the teachings of
然后
God,
他如果会觉得说，这个教会这个神国是荣耀的，是圣洁的，
if he realized that this church, this kingdom of God is a glorious one,
然后人就会看到自己的罪，会觉得自己有亏欠。
then he will see his sins and he will feel ashamed.
也就是说，当我们人来接触到神的话语，来看到圣经，来听到耶稣的福音呢，
As men, when we come to get to know the Bible, to listen to the words of God, to come draw close to Christ,
我们会看到自己的缺点，看到自己的罪孽。
we will in turn see our own sins and see our own flaws.
那这个时候，神说就要让他们自己量一量殿的尺寸。
And here God says, and then allow them to measure the patterns.
如果会惭愧的，他说接下去在指示上很详细的东西。
If they feel ashamed, then go ahead and make known to them all the designs of the temple and its
如果
arrangements.
没有什么感动了，他就算了，
Then if you're not touched by it,
就不用-
then don't worry about them.
就不用讲太多了。
You don't have to speak anymore.
所以你看，这个神的殿有一个很大的功能，
There is a function, a very important function of the temple.
让我们看到自己的罪。
The function is for us to see our own sins.
然后有这个罪以后，知道这个罪以后，接下去才要按照神的法则，一一把这个罪解决。
After we recognize our sins, then according to God's laws, we can get rid of the sins one by one.
今天在真教会里面真的是这样子。
And this is indeed what's happening in the true
我们
church.
有一对夫妻啊，教会弟兄姐妹，
There are a couple in church.
他们出来教会来慕道的时候，
When they came to church to seek the truth,
第一次来教会，
when the first time they came to the church,
夫妻两个一起来，
the husband and wife both came.
他们都还没有听过什么道理，
They have never heard
他
any
们也不
teachings
知
in the
道
past.
教会的什么规矩，
And they don't know any rules in church.
他们只是很单纯的说要拜神，要感谢神，就来这个地方。
And they simply came to church thinking that they want to come to church to worship God, to give thanks to
第一
God.
次到教会去，
The first time they came
就
to church,
站在教会的入口，
they stood at the opening of the church.
这个做先生就觉得，这里有神，
And the husband felt that there was God.
他觉得这个地方不一样。
He felt that this place was different.
好，那他的太太觉得说，你怎么会有这种感觉呢？
And his wife was wondering, why do you feel this way?
他的这个做先生的说，我们以后都要来这个地方聚会，
And the husband said to his wife that in the future, this is a place that we will come
因
to
为他们
worship.
曾经去找过许多教会，都
Because-
觉得没有什么差别。
They have been to many other churches, but they didn't feel any difference.
但是这一次来到真教会以后，他就感觉不一样了。
But this time they came to the true church and they felt different.
安息日聚会，他们就进来了。
So on Saturday, Sabbath, they came into the church
他进来听讲台在讲道理，是一个姐妹。
and they heard a sister giving a sermon in church.
姐妹其实就是在读圣经，就是把圣经这样子翻来翻去而已。
And the sister was only merely reading the Bible, flipping to different
没有在
passages.
讲什么，并没有在讲什么很好听的什么演讲啊。
And it was not any eloquent speech.
但是这一对夫妻，他们就看到，他们就听到，就觉得很不一样，
But this couple heard the teachings, felt that this was very different.
就很感动。
They were very, very moved by
然后
it.
最后他们就下来祷告了。
Then they knelt down to pray.
安息日祷告，当然我们都知道不会很久，
We know that Sabbath prayer usually don't last very
但是
long.
他就第一次看到弟兄姐妹跪下来用圣灵祷告。
And that was the first time they saw the brothers and sisters kneel down and pray in Holy Spirit.
第一次看到这样的祷告的时候，
The first time he saw everybody pray this
他就感
way,
动，
he was very moved
他
by
觉得他
it.
自己很污秽，
He thought that he felt very dirty.
他觉得怎么这些人他们祷告怎么可以有神的灵在他们身上有这种表现？
He wonders how come these people, when they pray, God's Spirit is with them.
他马上觉得他自己很脏，很不配，
He immediately realized that he was very filthy, that he was unworthy.
所以他一点也不会被这个灵言祷告吓到啊。
So he was not scared of the spiritual tongue.
他反而看到了，他自己很惭愧，
Instead, he was very much ashamed of himself.
所以后来在吃饭的时候，他都不好意思去跟弟兄姐妹讲话，
So during lunchtime, he was too ashamed to speak to any
因为他
brothers
觉
and
得他自
sisters
己很脏。
because he felt he was very dirty.
他来到这个地方好像很圣洁，
He came to this place that is very
这里
holy,
面的人都很高贵，
and that the people here are very
因
honorable,
为这些人都有神的灵同在，
because all these people have the abidance of the Holy
所以他现在觉
Spirit.
得真的很羞愧啊，
So he was very ashamed of
不好意思
himself.
跟人家讲话。
He was too embarrassed to speak to
后来
anyone.
教会弟兄姐妹就主动去跟他们讲话，
Then the brothers and sisters in church came to talk to them
就跟他介绍教会是怎么一回事，
and start to introduce them about the church,
什么时候聚会，
about the service
我们教会
hours
基本的信仰是什么。
and our basic doctrines.
他们听完之后
After they listened to
说，
it,
这个就是我以后要来的地方，
they said that this is a church that they will become in the future.
真的就慢慢的把神的道理一一的查考更加详细。
And then they slowly studied the teaching of God one by one.
那这个地方我们就看到，其实以西结书43章第10节就是讲这个道理。
In Ezekiel chapter 43, verse 10, this is the exact teaching here.
他们来到教会，就开始用圣经的道理去量一量他们自己的生活，
And they came to church, they used the teaching of the Bible to start measuring out
更
each
发
part
现
of their
自己
life.
自己生活上的亏欠。
Then they realized what they're lacking in their lives.
所以呢，接下去他们就继续来听道理，来查考圣经的真理了。
Then they continue to come to church and study the truth in the Bible.
神就把他们的眼睛打开，
Then God opened their eyes.
让他们看到了神的这些要求，
So they saw God's standard and what God requires of
在
them.
圣经里面所描述的这些道理，都是对他们有益的。
And all the teaching in the Bible is beneficial to them.
现在看第11节，
Verse 11.
这一些人他说，如果会因自己所行的事惭愧，就是会发现自己的罪的，他说你就把这个殿的规模再更详细的讲给他们了解，让他们遵守。
And that if these people are ashamed of all that they've done, that means they know their sins, then you can make known to them the design of the temple and its arrangements.
这个第11节讲就是细节的部分的，这个殿里面的细节的。
Verse 11 talks about all the detail of the design of the temple.
最后他讲到一个法则，
And it talks about ordinances.
看第12节。
Verse 12.
然后殿的法则乃是这样：
This is-
殿在山顶上，四围的前界要成为至圣，这就是殿的法则。
Verse 12, this is the law of the temple. The whole area surrounding the mountaintop is most holy. Behold, this is the law of the temple.
在这个地方所讲的这个殿的法则，
The law of the temple is described
其实
here.
就是两项。
It has two parts.
第一个，这个殿是在山顶上的，
That the first part is that this temple is on the holy mountaintop.
表示这个神的家是在高山上，
That means the dwelling place, the home of God, is on the mountaintop.
在高山上是超越的，
On the mountaintop means that it surpasses everything
在
else.
山上是让人可以亲近神的。
On the mountaintop means that a place you can draw close to God.
当我们人到高山的时候，
So when we are up on the
我们这
mountaintop,
真的心比较轻了，
and that we have a simple heart,
我们可以看得比较远，
and we can see things that are farther
我
away.
们可以反省我们在山下的一些生活，
It's there that we can reflect our lives on the bottom of the
我们可
mountain.
以看到在山下看不到的景况。
And we can see views that you wouldn't otherwise see on the bottom of the mountain.
在这个属灵的高山上，
So on this spiritual
我
mountaintop,
们会觉得我们跟神比较亲近，
we might feel that we are closer to God.
这个其实就是教会的功用。
And this indeed is the function of church.
所以教会神的家，这个神的殿是建在山上的，
So the
山顶
church,
上的。
the church, the dwelling place of God, should be established on the mountaintop.
这个山上是属灵的，
The mountaintop is a spiritual one.
超越表示跟世界上的、跟地面上的不一样。
It surpasses things of the earth.
所以神的殿是属灵的，
So the church, the temple of God, is a spiritual one.
这些道理指示是属灵的，
And all the instructions and teachings are spiritual.
是要帮助我们更亲近神的，
It's there so that it helps us draw closer
让
to
我们可
God,
以看得更清楚我们人生到底要走什么方向。
so that we can see even more clearly the directions of our lives.
所以神的教会就是要让我们真的可以回到天上去的。
Therefore, the church of God is to help us return to heaven.
第二个法则，
The second law,
这个教会他说这个四围的全界要成为至圣，
and that surrounding it is the most holy.
也就是说这个地方是圣洁的，
That means that this is a holy place.
跟世俗的不一样。
It is different from the secular place.
它视为全界，但是它有一个范围的。
That it has a territory, it has surroundings.
这个范围就是，其实这个视为全界都是用墙围起来的。
And the surrounding is, the boundary is set by the walls.
这个墙是四四方方的，
So this wall is in a square shape.
这个墙其实指的就是主耶稣基督。
This wall refers to Lord Jesus Christ.
今天 在基督里面才有所谓的圣洁。
So today, only in Lord Jesus Christ we can be holy.
这个教会就是由主耶稣基督这个墙把它围着的区域。
And so this church is an area that is surrounded by the wall, which is Lord Jesus
这
Christ.
里面在殿里面要成为圣洁，
So only in this temple, in here, we can be holy.
也是因为圣洁，所以神才住在这里，
It's because there is holiness, God dwells there.
在这里才成为神的家。
And it's because God dwells there that becomes a dwelling
所以
place of God.
这个神的法则，他说要指示给会看到神的这个殿，然后会心里惭愧、会羞愧的人。
The law of the temple is given to those that feel ashamed when they saw the temple of God.
那这个神的殿，他这里面说，这里面的样式、典章、礼仪，就是它里面不只是它的物质啊硬体的建筑物，还有它里面的一些应该要进行的软体的部分。
And that in this temple there are arrangements, ordinances, and forms.
啊，所有的这个规矩，他都要指示明白。
And so all the designs and ordinances has to be shown to them.
他说要这个殿，他说要用这个殿每一个人量量看，自己量量看。
And it allows all the people to measure out the pattern themselves.
意思就是说，用这个神的殿、圣殿来作为我们衡量我们自己的心思意念、我们生活动作的标准了。
And that means we use the temple of God to measure out our own selves, our thoughts, our own deeds.
这来说明今天属灵的教会，
And this is describing the spiritual church.
在主耶稣基督恩典的时代里面，
And that in the gracious period given by Lord
我
Jesus,
们今天规划我们的生活，规划我们的心思意念，不再是用物质的这个条文的律法。
and so today as we design our lives, design our thoughts, it should not be according to the physical laws.
过去旧约时代，神是借着摩西传十诫，用十诫的条文来规范百姓的生活。
In the Old Testament, God gave the commandments to Moses, and so with the 10 Commandments, they designed their life according to the laws.
所以律法诫命说不可以杀人，
So when the law, the commandment says do not kill,
我只要不去杀人，我心里面想什么无所谓，
that as long as I don't kill somebody, it doesn't matter what I think in my heart.
因为那是诫命，你要行出来，你要真的去做才算的。
Because you just have to follow the laws and the commandments.
但是在属灵的圣殿的时代不一样了，
But in the time of the spiritual temple, this is different.
现在这个标准不再是诫命条文，
So the standard is no longer limited to the
这个
commandments.
标准是神的殿，
The standard now becomes the temple of God.
所以什么事情都要用神的殿的尺寸来量量看，
So in everything we do, we have to be measured out by the design of temple.
所以就是指的教会，
And this means the church.
就是主耶稣基督。
And that is Lord Jesus
所以
Christ.
我们现在生活动作我们的每一个行为都要用主耶稣基督，用教会的标准来量量看。
So in all of our deeds, our thoughts, we have to be measured according to the standard of Lord Jesus, according to the standard of the church.
如果符合圣殿的法则的，这个就是神喜悦的；
So if it fits the laws of the temple, then this is something that's pleasing to God.
如果不合的，这个叫做罪，这个叫做亏欠。
If it's not according to the law of the temple, then that means we are ashamed, we are guilty.
所以神的殿成为我们生活的中心。
And therefore the temple of God becomes the center of our lives.
所以我们现在的每一个动作，我们每一个想法，都要用神的标准，这个圣殿的标准来量量看哦。
All of our thoughts, all of our deeds, we need to be measured according to the standard of the temple.
比如说，
For an example,
这个我们如果看结构，神的殿是四四方方的，
if you look at the structure of the temple, it's a square form.
它真的是四方形的。
It is in a squared.
那四方形的中间就是祭坛。
The middle of the square is the altar.
那神的殿用这个殿来衡量我们的行为。
And we use the temple of God to measure our behaviors.
既然神的殿是四方正直的，
Since the temple of God is squared,
如果今天我们行事为人是弯弯曲曲的，
that today if the way that we live is crooked, it's
我们
not
的
square,
想法、我们的思想是这样子，是转弯抹角的。
and that our thoughts are crooked.
那我们如果做人是弯曲的，这个就不合圣殿的标准了。
And if the way we deal with others are crooked, then we're not living by the standard of
所
God.
以，我们今天真教会的每一个弟兄姐妹，我们一定是 为人都是方方正正的，都是很正直的。
So for all the brothers and sisters in the spiritual church of God, all our dealings and all our behaviors must be squared.
这个圣殿里面是充满荣耀，是发光的，是光明的。
The temple is filled with glory, is filled with brightness.
所以今天我们的行事为人，我们在外面不管在哪里，我们都是行事光明正大的。
So today, no matter where we're at, all of our behavior should be bright.
我们是不会做黑暗的事情的。
We don't do anything in the dark.
我们每一件事情都可以放在阳光下被检查的。
And that everything we do can be displayed in front of people.
所以我们就成为光明之子。
So that we're called the son of light.
这叫做用神的殿来量我们的生活。
This is what it means when we measure our life with the temple of God. So every one of us is
每一
honest.
件事情都是值得被检查的。
And that everything we do can be
我们
examined.
没有一个什么黑暗的，我们也没有一个什么暗地里面做暧昧的事情的。
That we don't have to do anything in the darkness. We don't have anything that we need to hide.
这叫做神的殿是荣耀明亮的，
And this is what it means that the temple of God is
神的
glorious.
殿是圣洁的。
That the temple of God is
这个
holy.
区域圣俗有别，
And that this area is separated from
所
secular.
以今天我们的生活
So today our
一
lives,
定要有所分别，
we have to be
要
separated.
跟不信的人不一样。
We have to be different from those who have not believed.
所以我们的生活里面，如果圣俗不分，我们不知道什么叫圣洁，不知道什么叫做世俗的，
In our lives, if we don't know what's the difference between holy and secular,
那这个就是不合圣殿的这个标准了。
then we're not living according to the standard of the temple.
所以今天我们在家里面，我们到底听什么样的音乐？
So today at home, what kind of music do we listen
我们到底
to?
看什么样的影片？看什么样的网络？
What kind of things we serve on the internet? What kind of movie we see? What kind of magazines do we
我们
read?
做事的方式跟外面的人有没有不一样？
Do we deal with things different from other people in the
我
world?
们对待人的态度有没有跟别人不一样？
The way we treat others is different from other
我们
people.
今天在主耶稣基督里面的人，
Today, those who are in Christ,
圣殿这个主耶稣基督给我们一个标准，
that Lord Jesus has given us a standard.
所以我们如果用主耶稣基督用教会的这个标准来量我们自己，
So if Lord Jesus used the standard of the church to measure us,
一量发现我们有亏欠，
and if after he measures we realize that we are
就
lacking,
要改变。
then we need to change ourselves.
那这样子，我们神就永远住在我们当中。
If we do so, then God will live amongst us
神的
forever.
殿在教会里，
God's temple will be in the
神的
church.
殿也在我们的心里，
God's temple is also in
所以我
our
们每一
hearts.
个人就能够感受到神与我们同在。
So every one of us can feel the abidance of God.
所以这个殿的法则要给愿意谦卑的人，
So the law of the temple is given to those who are humble,
愿意改变的人。
is given to those who are willing to change.
那这样子就能够感受到神永远同在的这个美好。
Because only then we can enjoy the beauty of abidance of God.
所以这里充满神的荣耀，
So here's filled with the glory of
这
God.
里是神的家，
Here is the home of
这里
God.
是圣洁的所在，
Here is the place of
这就是我
holiness.
们今天的标准。
And that should be our standard
我
today.
们如果越追求圣洁，
If we pursue holiness,
我们就真的跟神越亲近。
then we will draw closer to
所以
God.
有时候我们要常常反省自己。
So we need to often
我
examine
们聚会的
ourselves.
时候，我们是不是觉得没有智慧？
That when we are here in service, we feel like we're
所以
lacking
我们不
wisdom.
会想要参加教会聚会。
And so we don't like to join in services.
我们读圣经的时候，是不是觉得读不出道理？
When we read the Bible, do we feel that we don't understand the teachings?
白纸黑字不知道写什么？
And that we understand what the Bible
我们
is
祷告的
saying?
时候，是不是觉得好像祷告怎么那么久？
When we pray, do we feel like the prayer is
好
too
像祷告
long?
没有办法跟神有联系。
It seems like in prayer we can't connect with God.
这个问题出在哪里呢？
Where is the problem?
问题出在我们的心，
The problem is in our
出
hearts.
在我们的标准跟圣殿跟神主耶稣基督的不一样。
The problem is that our standard vary drastically from the standard of the temple,
通常都跟我们的圣洁有关系的。
and that often have to do with our
所以
holiness.
当我们越追求圣洁，
So the more we pursue holiness,
真的每一件事情都从属灵的角度去看，就像殿建在山顶上一样。
if we evaluate everything from the spiritual perspective, just like the temple built on the
这
mountaintop,
个时候，我们一定会对神有感动的，
and if we do so, then we will surely be touched by
跟
God.
神好像就是连上关系了。
Then we'll feel like we are connected with God,
神的荣耀直接进到殿里面，到我们的心里面来住了。
and the glory of God entered directly into the temple, into our
那
hearts.
这样子，我们读圣经怎么会没感动呢？
If we do this, then of course we will be moved when we read the Bible.
我们祷告的时候怎么会没有感受呢？
And when we pray, why wouldn't we be moved by the
我
Spirit?
们来聚会的时候，怎么会没有喜乐呢？
When we come to holding service, why wouldn't we have joy?
愿我们都能够成为这样一个谦卑的人，
So may all of us become a humble
一起
person
到
like
神的
this,
神的殿里面来领受这个神的指示，
so that we can all come to the temple of God to accept
让我
His
们真的能够
instructions,
与神永远同住。
so that we can indeed dwell with God forever.
在一起来唱诗
So let us sing a hymn together.
401首。
401.